with this bread, we need warm water, fresh yeast or dry yeast, sugar, flour, corn flour, margarine, baking powder, and oil, cooking oil. Let's start. I then dissolve the sugar in the water and add more water. It's warm water. Then I add the yeast and stir it. I then cover it and push it aside. I start with the flour and add the corn flour, baking powder, and stir it. I then add the oil and the margarine. You can use any butter of your choice. I then take to the machine. So I add water little by little. I did not measure the water. And then powder the place where I'm going to work with some of the flour. I knead it for some minutes. And then slice them. Then cut them into small size because I wanted round shape. So that's what I'm doing. So I roll it round. I know how to make it round because in Ghana my mom baked bread every week. So I used to roll instead of learning how to make bread. I never know how to make bread, but through this I started. Well, so I then take it to the oven for it to rise for like 5 to 10 minutes. Then I do the brown bread. I switch the corn and replace wheat. So here is the brown bread, and this one I want it long. Yeah, like the Ghana bread. Any country we have long bread and round, rectangular shape, etc. Yeah. So I mix water, eggs together, and I'll be using it to brush the top of the bread. I'm brushing it here just to give it a color. Yeah, to make it look nice and yummy. I then sprinkle it with black pepper. Yeah, black pepper. You can use any sesame seed, sunflower seed. Then I take it to the oven again. Yeah, and it's ready. I cover it with my napkins, clean ones. So I'll leave it for 30 minutes to 60 minutes, or let's say 1 hour. After 1 hour, I open it and I'm about to pack it. I did not use my hands because I'm going to pack it and save it in the freezer, because it can take 1 month there. And that's white long bread. And that's the brown bread. I sprinkle it with sunflower seeds. Yeah. So that is it. Then I tied it. So I keep on repeating the same thing and then later store it in the fridge. These chips, we need all-purpose flour, corn flour, baking powder, salt to taste. Then I stir it. I add the oil, cooking oil, and then the margarine. I beat it for some time, and I did not add water because of the onions. Sorry, I couldn't show the onions. I beat it until it's dough, and I brought it to the flour board and cover with cling film because I wanted to change my dress. It was already in the morning and it's not good to wear that morning coat or morning robe. After an hour, I brought it to the working board and roll it flat. I make it flat as much as I want. Then I slide them and cut it with my scissors. That is fish scissors. You can use any scissors of your choice. I keep on repeating same thing. And here it is. I place it in the oven and bake it for 10 minutes, and this is the outcome. To start with this Ghanaian Bofrot, we need flour, baking powder, vanilla powder, salt to taste, sugar, margarine, yeast, mix all ingredients, then beat it. So I take it to the machine, that is bread maker, to beat it for some time. I add the water little by little until it's fluffy. I then pour it into a different bowl and covered it with cling film. After 4 hours, I started frying it. I make it round. It was not perfect, but it was okay. You can see from here. I turn it so that the other side can also fry well. Then it's ready, so I hang it for some time and transfer it on a baking sheet, a tray with a baking sheet for the oil to absorb the paper. It's ready. Yummy. To start this granola, we need old oats. Old oat is best for granola. Then we need vanilla powder and stir it. You have to stir everything you place in. Brown sugar and stir it. I then add the cashew nuts and stir it. You have to stir everything you place in so that it will mix well. This is melted margarine. Then I stir it again. Before adding the oil. Here is the oil. I will add it little by little so that it will mix well. Granola is all about stirring. So here I'm adding more of the oil and stir it again. Little by little. When you do it that way, everything will mix well and it will look nice after baking. So I add the rest of the oil and stir it. And I add the honey, some parts of the honey, and stir it. Then I add the rest of the honey and stir it. I place it on the baking sheet on the baking sheet and then open it nicely and place it in the oven under 175 degrees Celsius, and I will be stirring it every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes or so, I brought it out and stir. Here I'm adding the hazelnut. It was half roasted. That is why I did not add from the beginning. I then add the raisins also and place it back in the oven again. And here it's ready. So I wanted to show you how or what I use the granola for breakfast or snacks sometimes. So let's say this is lunch because I finish it around 2 o'clock and I said let me eat some lunch. So thank you for watching and see you in another video.